have an electrical section besides the electric service panel. I don't usually do these particular style, but it happens. Right here on the front porch, that's an electric NM cable, non-metallic cable. I don't know where it goes to, and you probably saw me exploring it in another video. We do not have an electric receptacle outlet on the front porch. You're supposed to have an electric receptacle outlet on the front and the back. I mean, this is standard requirement. So coming in here, every dot tells a story. In the absence of a dot is not the good housekeeping seal of approval, but it gives us a pretty good idea about what's going on. And this is a standard method, old school, for home inspectors. So usually I like to report. I just write. There's no grounding on a wall. But today's a little different. We're coming in the front door, and we're going to go counterclockwise through the house. This is the living room. This receptacle outlet right here with the red dot. Okay, that has a open hot. That's immediate shock hazard, and that's what these red dots mean. These dots are color coded to tell a story. And in this particular home, red dots mean you got an open hot. It's not usual that I see these. I see the others. It's not usual I see these. This blue dot, okay, we're on the living room west wall. Blue is reverse polarity. What that means is that energy is supposed to come out of this slot, turn your fan, and go into that slot, electricity. And so what happens here is that now the energy is actually coming out of here and turning the fan and going in there. Since about the 1980s, all appliances are designed to run regardless of whether the polarity is reversed or not. But the Texas Real Estate Commission says that I'm supposed to tell you about it, so I am, and I want to tell you about it. So what happens is, like, take for example, you have a light switch, a lamp, and you want to change the light bulb. Well, if you turn the light switch off, then you can change the bulb without being shocked, unless the energy is coming through the other side. So while the circuit's been broken and the light doesn't come on, the light socket itself is still hot. So you might be under the impression that you've turned something off, and you did because you interrupted the flow. But you're under the impression that it's also safe to work on, and it might not be. Probably isn't. Moving on along. Coming in here, this is the garage conversion, master bedroom suite. And coming along here, and so now this is the east wall. And this receptacle has reverse polarity as well. Still moving along, okay, garage conversion, master bedroom suite. This whole north wall, this whole north wall does not have an electric receptacle outlet. Every wall's supposed to have one. See this guy right here? See the absence of dots? I'm not saying he's perfect, but I'm telling you, I couldn't find anything wrong with him. I couldn't. It has reverse polarity. We're on the west wall, master bedroom suite. Now in the master bathroom. Okay. This is GFCI protected, and it trips. The only way I can test this mechanically, because it will not test electrically because the polarity is reversed in the master bathroom suite. Reverse polarity on the master bedroom south wall. Moving along here, the kitchen island. Okay, the kitchen island, yellow means that there is no GFCI protection, ground fault circuit interruption. We do not have ground fault circuit interruption on the kitchen island, not on this one, nor on the other one. Now this is kind of an interesting configuration. What I can do here, kind of interesting configuration, is apparently, alright, the kitchen island receptacle outlets are bootlegged off of the 220 circuit. It might not be, but that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm seeing. So these two circuits, because 220, 240 is two 120s put together to run something like an oven. Which, by the way, this oven does not have an anti-tip device. Okay, and it should, and it doesn't. They're not expensive. It came with it, though. The anti-tip device is inside the instructions. So if they didn't take the anti-tip device out, you can pretty much bet they didn't read the instructions. Just saying. Alright, so we do not have GFCI at the kitchen island. Okay, so this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen north wall. Reverse polarity and no GFCI. Reverse polarity on the kitchen west wall. On the kitchen west wall, this is a little butler, pantry, secretary underneath the microwave. If you have a kitchen countertop cabinet that's a landing that's wider than 12 inches, you should have an electric receptacle outlet. You cannot use this for a garage storage. A blender, bread maker, take your pick, toaster, warming tray, nothing. No electric power here. What have we got any down here? That'd be interesting. No, we don't. No, but it was. Now we're going to move on along. I got a yellow dot here. I'm going to put a yellow dot here. This guy's not GFCI protected either. This is for the clothes washer. This is for the clothes washer. This is for the clothes dryer, 4-prong. Okay? When this home was built, most dryers had 3-prong. And then later we updated and we put 4-prong in there. One is for the ground, one runs the 220 because 220 has to have a neutral. So, and then that would also serve as the ground. Now the newer ones have a ground. See that right there? That bonds the equipment. It's a safety device. Now my clothes dryer at home, I don't have. I've got 3-prong. There's 3 prongs all over. There's nothing, incorrect about having a 3-prong. It's just that they're advertising. They're advertising that you've got a 4-prong safety feature when in fact they do not. Now when this home was built and it was stubbed out, first you have the studs and then you have the sheetrock, and so they build it out so that the boxes that these things connect to, okay, they come out flush. So your outlet boxes will stick out a little bit, and then the sheetrock or the gypsum board is installed up to those boxes, and then you put the devices in, and the devices fit, and the covers go on, and it's pretty, and that's the way it's supposed to go. That's a good thing. No GFCI. Alright, but then we added the splashback. Alright, and that's pretty. See that? That herringbone pattern. That's nice. I like it. I like that. That's pretty good. Alright, but we added the herringbone in here, and it sticks out a little farther. So what happens to our boxes? Well, what happens to our boxes is that there's a big old gap. There's a big old gap that compromises the fire blocking. That gap right in there. See that? And then the screws don't fit. See that? Screws don't fit. How do you make it fit if the screws don't fit? Oh, you use the sheetrock screws. Now you think a sheetrock screw is going to chew up some electric cable? I do. I sure do. I think it's going to chew up some electric cable. So they sell these things. How about this one? What is it? Oh, wow, we got 2 sheetrock screws right there. See the big old gap in there? See that? Huh. Alright. So they sell these things called extenders. Some people call them goof rings. Call it what you will. They cost about $2, and they come out. They're extenders. And then you can use the right screws. You don't have to use the sheetrock screws, and then you don't have those big old gaps in there. That's a fire issue. Statistically, your odds are pretty light, but they're there for a reason. There's a reason why they have these rules. And really, since you don't have a receptacle where it belongs, they cost about $2 a piece. 2, 4, 6, 8. You're not going to get them for $8. They're going to charge you tax. That's how they get you. But for $10, it could have been done right. I'm just saying, for $10, it could have been done right. And these are done right, by the way. This is GFCI protected, and they're wired right. And that reminds me, so I want to go over, since there's no other GFCI hardly. Alright. This guy's still on, so we know he's not GFCI protected. That's a flying insect trap. Nobody likes flying insects, and that guy's still on, he's still reversed. Alright. So I'm going to put a couple more yellow dots around, because they're in the kitchen. All receptacle outlets in the kitchen are supposed to be GFCI protected. The ones underneath the kitchen sink are supposed to be GFCI protected as well. And they're not. So your dishwasher is not GFCI protected by today's standards. And this kitchen has been remodeled, so it is by today's standards. And depending on the year, but I think now the garbage disposal, people have been reading that the garbage disposal is also supposed to be GFCI protected. But there's an exclusion for that that's going away this year. So, there we go. There's another one. No GFCI. He's one of these ones that's bootlegged off of the 220. Bootlegged off of the 220. Coming along here, now we're what I'm calling the breakfast area. Okay, this receptacle outlet, the window between the door and the window and that. I can't find anything wrong with him. I don't mind that. I can't find anything wrong with him. But over here in the breakfast area, we're going over here on the east wall, reverse polarity. The reason why I use these dots and the reason why I have a special video, I have a lot of special videos, but I don't usually do this, but why is because there's just so many of them. Now, we do not have electric receptacle outlet on the back, the south bedroom, west wall, because there's no place to put a table, there's no place to put a lamp. You really wouldn't have a reason to use one here. But this on the south bedroom, south wall, reverse polarity. East wall, reverse polarity. North wall, reverse polarity. Okay, we don't have a receptacle outlet on the master bedroom north wall. We don't have a receptacle outlet on the countertop underneath the microwave. Right? We also do not have electric receptacle outlet in this bathroom. Bathrooms are supposed to have electric receptacle outlets. How are you going to do a hairdryer? How are you going to do an electric shaver? How are you going to do these things? You're not. Not in here. Okay. Moving on along. If a hall is longer than 10 feet, I guess I'll have to measure that. If a hall is longer than 10 feet, you should have an electric receptacle outlet in the hall. Maybe I'll measure that. It's on the report, I did. Coming on along here, I'm calling this the guest bedroom, the north bedroom. I'm saying it's the guest bedroom because at one time it was the master bedroom. And then we created that master bedroom suite over there. So now we have a bedroom with a bath. So that's kind of interesting. So what do I say about the difference between this bath and the hall bath? Okay, well, this is the master bath over there. They didn't have the GFCI. This is the hall bath that didn't have electric receptacle outlet. But there really isn't any distinction between these two bathrooms in that regard because the guest bathroom does not have GFCI. Excuse me. Can't have GFCI. It does not have an electric receptacle outlet. So we're missing one there. Now we're in the guest bedroom. East wall, okay, open hot. North wall, open hot. And then inside here, well, I didn't put the red dot on it. This is the first one I found. I got carried away, huh? So in this closet, the guest bedroom closet, that's also an open hot. It doesn't have the red dot, but it will.